going to college was something that I really hadn't thought I would ever do. Well, it turns out in November we had a terrible blizzard and ice storm. I spent about 3 or 4 weeks working night and day rebuilding Highline line, freezing out there in the cold, and at 3 o'clock in the morning I found myself on a 30-foot pole at 30 below zero, looking in the far distance at the lights of Jamestown, North Dakota, where 2 of my high school friends I knew to be snug and warm in their dormitory beds. And at that moment I decided that I'm going to college. I'm not going to be doing it 40 years old. And the interesting thing about it, it never occurred to me to even think of a school other than that one, the lights of which I had seen in the distance on that frozen cold early morning. So I went there. I got to carry the story a little further, for just for the fun of it. My economics professor was a blind man. And at some point along the way, at the point in which he discovered that I enjoyed microeconomics more than macroeconomics, because it was clear that I had a penchant for the intellectually and morally superior aspects of the discipline, he said, you know, you ought to go on and do graduate study in economics, and which I eventually did to my PhD. But the point is, the first guy to ever see potential in Dick Armey was a blind man. Now, you make of that whatever you like. My exact words to Susan were, honey, I got to get out of here, they're making me crazy. This was at the point of the dawning of the PC craze on campuses, and I could see the inception in what this would be 83, you probably are aware. It was really the inception of the student abuse that is now rampant on most college campuses, called political correctness and diversity and all that. But it was such a, first of all, it was such a diversion of time, energy, and attention from academic substance and rigor to foolishness. And then secondly, it was so abusive of the rights of the students that I couldn't tolerate. I had to get out.
One other aspect of history, tell me if this is true. In 1998, during the Monica Lewinsky scandal, a reporter asked you what you would do if you were in President Bill Clinton's position, and you replied, quote, if I were in the president's place, I would not have gotten a chance to resign. I would be lying in a pool of my own blood, hearing Mrs. Armey standing over me saying, how do I reload this damn thing?
That is exactly true. And by the way, she's in the back row, and she's beautiful, and she outshoots me with a handgun, and she knows how to reload this thing. And you know, it was fun. It was a fun moment, and it's probably the most fun quote I ever had while in office, but she got fan mail from women all over America.